A place is not just a location on a map. It is where people build routines, relationships, identity, and opportunities. Behind every address, there's a story of movement, belonging, community, and inequality. And just as people shape the places they live in, those places in turn shape the people they become. So for our project, the story begins here, at flat Taman Bukit Angkasa.
This is flat Taman Bukit Angkasa,
a low-cost residential flat located in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Like many residential flats, it looks no different from anywhere else. But for the people who live here, it is more than a housing block. It is where they begin their day, return home, interact with others, and make this place their own.
Space in flat Taman Bukit Angkasa is not random.
The shops are concentrated near the entrance, where foot traffic is the highest. Between these spaces are corridors, stairways, and open areas. These shared spaces are used by many residents in their everyday lives. Parking areas occupy the ground level, while residential units step upward floor by floor. These patterns didn't happen by accident. They reflect how the flat was planned, how residents move through the area, and how everyday needs have quietly shaped the way this community is organized. Flat Taman Bukit Angkasa is a diverse community. It is home to residents from different backgrounds, including long-term families, elderly residents, young working adults, and people from different ethnic groups. They are brought together by one common reason. This is a home they can afford. In Flat Taman Bukit Angkasa, residents don't live as isolated individuals. They are part of different social groups. At the primary level, families share the same home, routines, responsibilities, and daily challenges. These relationships are built through face-to-face contact, care, and familiarity. At the secondary level, neighbors interact in shared spaces such as the ground floor, resting area, and the laundry room. These connections may be less personal than family relationships, but they still help form the community that holds this place together. People here also come together for common reasons. Some gather at the surau through shared faith, while others connect through everyday needs such as safety, convenience, and access to basic facilities. In social geography, these groupings matter because the way people group together shapes how they use space, how they interact with others, and how they experience the place they call home. The daily lives of residents are closely connected to the space around them. They plan their routes based on the layout of the flat, from the parking area to the stairway, and from the corridor to their own unit. The space shapes their daily habits, and over time, their habits also shape the way the space is used. In social geography, this is known as territorial space, where people develop a sense of belonging and control over the spaces they regularly use. This can be seen in different parts of the flat. The ground floor open area is where residents gather, talk, and spend time together. Although it is shared by everyone, it feels familiar and meaningful to many residents. The shared laundry room is open to all residents, but regular users develop their own unspoken rules, such as who goes first, which machine is preferred, and how long someone should use the space. Religious and cultural elements such as the surau give the space a sense of identity and belonging. These spaces may be public, but socially, they carry meaning, habit, and a sense of ownership, and this is what makes this place more than just a flat.
Berapa lama dah Uncle tinggal kat sini?
Sini sudah mau 30 tahun lebih.
Oh,
Sejak bangunan ni dibangunkan kawasan ni.
oh so tinggal
Sebab
sini.
kita dari pemindahan daripada kawasan kampung Gerici.
And then tinggal sini dengan family.
Ya.
Ya, family.
Sebab saya punya rumah ni parents punya. Jadi saya punya parents pun dah meninggal lah. Jadi saya tinggal sini.
Kalau
Bapa.
Uncle lah ada peluang, adakah Uncle akan berpindah dan kenapa?
Oh, kalau perlu pindah tak adalah setahu saya. Tahu saya sudah biasa keadaan sini. Jadi kebiasaan saya tahu sebelah sekeliling semua saya kenal. Jadi tak ada apa-apa masalah.
As we can see from these responses, many residents have lived here for decades and have no intention of leaving. For them, this is where they grew up, where their children grew up, and where they build relationships and memories. In social geography, this emotional connection to a place is known as place attachment. It is what keeps residents here, even when life is not always easy. To understand this community, we must also look at its economic reality. Most residents of flat Taman Bukit Angkasa belong to the working class or lower middle class. This shapes not only where they live, but also how they get to work, what they can afford, and what opportunities are available to them. Just a short distance away is Bangsar, one of Kuala Lumpur's most affluent neighborhoods. Same city, same distance from the center, but different lived experiences. In social geography, this is what social class looks like in space. Where you live often reflects which class you belong to. The way residents live here reflects different urban lifestyles. According to Dobryner, there are three types of urban lifestyle in the city, which are careerism, consumerism, and familism. In flat Taman Bukit Angkasa, the most visible are careerism and familism. Residents who prioritize their careers travel to work by public transport or private cars every day. Their daily life is closely connected to work and movement. Residents who prioritize family focus on the stability of the community, the safety of their children, and nearby schools. Although their lifestyles may be different, they share the same goal: to build a better life for themselves and their families.
Adakah perjalanan harian Uncle ke tempat kerja mudah and kau sehari hidup macam mana?
Sehari hidup okeylah, boleh tahan. Tapi sekeliling kawasan nak pergi kerja tu yang payah sikit sebab jam. Heavy jam sini.
Jadi untuk sehari tu perbelanjaan Uncle anggaran berapa?
Sehari dalam 40-50.
Kos harga hidup kat sini tinggi ke? Okey ke? Terlalu mahal ke? Biasa dia kan macam tu. Dia kena lebih kurang.
Jadi kalau macam anggaran perbelanjaan anti setiap hari berapa?
Banyak dia.
Dalam 50-60 macam tu.
Tak ada banyak itu. Kaya sangat kelas ni.
Oh, mungkin dalam 30-40.
30 tak ada lah.
Flat Taman Bukit Angkasa is a community made up mostly of Malay residents, with some Indian and foreign residents as well. People from different backgrounds live in the same building, but overall, there's no clear racial conflict. The cultural identity of this community is shaped by shared beliefs, norms, and way of life. One example is the Pasar Malam, where residents gather to shop, eat, and socialize together. These everyday activities reflect the common values that influence how residents use space, interact with each other, and see this place as their home. According to geographer Walter Fiery, space can take on important meanings through cultural definition. The emotional connection and cultural identity that residents have with this place give it a meaning that goes beyond its physical walls. Social values are both the reason why people choose to live here and the result of living here for so long. So, based on our observations, Flight Taman Bukit Angkasa actually faces some clear issues in terms of access and inequality. The flat is close to LRT stations and bus stops, so public transport is relatively convenient. However, parking is a daily struggle for residents. There are not enough parking spaces, and some residents even use tongs to reserve their spots. Our respondent actually also mentioned that parking is one of the biggest problems here. We also observed that rubbish is not always collected on time, and the cleanliness of public area could be improved. Some corridors and public facilities are old and not well maintained. These may seem like small issues, but for residents who live here every day, they are a real and constant inconvenience. The clearest example of spatial inequality is the contrast with nearby Bangsar. Both areas are in Kuala Lumpur, but Bangsar residents enjoy better facilities, cleaner surroundings, and more public resources. Residents of Bukit Angkasa, simply because of where they live, already have access to fewer resources and opportunities. So, in social geography, this is what access and inequality means. Where you live determines what you get. Through our study of Flight Taman Bukit Angkasa, we have seen how a place shapes the life of the people who live there in 4 different ways, from social relationships, economic reality, and cultural identity to issue of access and inequality. Every angle tells us the same thing. This is not just a place to live. It is where residents find their identity, their opportunities, and their everyday experiences. As we said at the beginning, people shape the place they live in, and those places, in turn, shape the people they become.
Kita adalah di mana kita tinggal.
Who we are and where we live cannot be separated.